It's very cold, that's all it is, and we've got Tyler side off the track. Yes, we do. Tyler side is off the track, it's back on. But if that brought our safety car, looks like he did. Well, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Formula 1, my team, and today we are heading down to Bahrain Grand Prix, where we need to try and still do some recovering live, because I've taught in the last episode in Japan, if you've not seen it, it was the race to try to prove a point in the brand new engine, which I've taught is the Ferrari, and we were in a battle again to both Ferrari and of course with what happened in China was also a race to forget. It still tortured me to this day until I finally do some recovering to get over it. But of course in 2-1 we already done it with shit ammunition already out, pretty much very normal, and of course Esteban Ocon is out, which is quite surprising considering he's in Aston Martin and Oliver seem to be doing really well in Aston Martin, but with two third line already done, we unfortunately dropped down to P14, and now this is where problem to start going around, because we, for the third time in this episode, we are using medium tractor control. We turned it down to half the medium tractor control, and I'm not doing too bad so far, and we are about to clock the line. We go up 8, but is that enough, or will Alex Albon take us out? Meanwhile, the 8 was up to 10th, and Albon to be getting us out in this 2-2, and looks like he has. We now lost to P11, we were P8, we followed out P10, Albon overtook us, lost to P11, and Jack leaned down P50, and for the third time, lost and made it through into 2-3.
We're here again then at a circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? Formula 1 returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and it could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakhir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Albon, Carlos Sainz and Tsunoda, Hadjar, Behrman, Colapinto and Liam Lawson, Russell, Antonelli, Gabriel Bortoletto and Aaron, Gasly, Crawford, Zane Maloney and Tim Tramnitz, Doohan, Hulkenberg, Ocon and Pepe Marti rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me, a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend. Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Now we're getting ready to back on to Bahrain Grand Prix, and to our surprise, Liam Lawson, for the third time, I won't say in a very long time, has got himself to qualify P10. That is incredible from Liam Lawson, especially with how the team is going forward. They have been improving quite some time now, and Alex Albon is in P4, though Albon chance for the podium is on the table. But of course you had to beat the likes of McLaren and Charles Leclerc, so it'll be a difficult life, but he never count Albon out. He had been surprising us from Australia. You know that win he had over Russia, but then of course he had a bit of an unfortunate back-to-back race from China, Japan. But right now he recovering. It seems to be coming back to him, and so soon we have to make another recovery love from P11. But what can we do as we now lined up to the grid, waiting for the light to go out with Lawson? We need to beat him. It's not good luck for us to beat him by tactic yellow, and lights out is now away. With McLaren leading out from 1-2, Lando Norris immediately covered off the inside line, preventing the Piat to be able to make him move there to 3 wide down in turn 1, coming up to turn 2 with Alex Albon, Charles Leclerc and Newton Tanona and George Russell had already made a big progress, jumping up into P6 with Carlos Sainz trying to get back on George Russell, but fantastic start from George Russell. That is something we like to see from P11 up to P6, and now got Borton Lacto, who is fighting with Quali in P10 and 11. We got Liam Lawson, who has unfortunately looked back 2 places. Pierre Gasly it now moved up to P13, and we can see Timmy Attielli down P15 and Esteban Ocon, who is down P21. But they're still fighting going on with Borton Lacto and Franco Colapito, and Colapito now taken the P10 from Borton Lacto. Now we've got both William in P8 and 10, Behrman P9. Shire is going to be starting challenging Arthur, George Russell, and there's something else this day. It seems like everybody on the track is on a very different tyre. So it's interesting to see how that didn't work out. And we got Newton Tanona, who has been a arty-barty with Charles Leclerc, and Charles Leclerc now starting to move forward on the inside line, get up into P. We've got Alex Albon, who should be sent down the inside. He does into turn 1, lean wide again, more contact with Albon and Charles Leclerc. But Leclerc made ahead of Alex Albon, but Newton Tanona had run away, shut a little bit, and there's still fighting going on between Albon and Charles Leclerc. But then Albon get ahead. Seems like he does not. Charles Leclerc stayed in P4. We got George Russell, who is still down in P6, and we are trying to get the on them, but we of course do not have any team order and have a bit of a snap on the actor, which did not help us out there for sure. But yeah, I want to clarify there is no team order between Russell and Albon, since we are actually still in the fight for the championship, for the championship with Lando Norris leading the championship and leading the Bahrain Grand Prix. And we are losing time to Alex Albon. For some reason, we just seem to struggle a little bit on our car this weekend, but Albon is now trying to get back ahead of Charles Leclerc, getting himself up into P4, and it seems like he has done it. So that's a good overtake from Alex Albon. Now Charles Leclerc needs to get back ahead, but if Albon can play a team game and hold him back, and he has a lot of almost caught it Russell during the back of Charles Leclerc, that with the good avoiding action from George Russell. Good job there, lad. And we've got Carlos Sainz, P7, Hadjar P8, Behrman P9, and Borton Lacto now in P10. So yeah, Russell certainly try to get some support from Alex Albon to hold back Charles, such an overtake, and I will do the defending for Alex Albon. I will let him go, but I think like, the team order not going to be a thing, but we can make it more, get P4 and 5, that'll be nice. And we've got Colapito, who is watching Borton Lacto, and Ollie Behrman is having a battle, and Borton Lacto had overtaken Ollie Behrman, but Behrman is not giving up. That soft tyre seems to be leading the team well for Borton Lacto, and Behrman tries to get back ahead, but it doesn't pull it up. And with George Colapito P11, and Daphne had overtaken Lawson, putting them up to P12, and Russell had made a small contact with Charles Leclerc. But now we are starting to get to the point where we know we are faster than Charles, but we need Albon to run to, lead the gap to 1 second or more. That way, Charles will have no DRS and Russell to overtake. That is what we need. So he tried to tell the radio, you gotta do that for myself that had the chance to tell you need to tell Albon to push it, but that in lap 5 it was in Bortonactor and Bam and having a fight, and now exactly on the inside makes lean by turn 1, and it's not Bortonactor side, it's Franco Torapito. It's now up into P10 and Daphne it's now up into P11, but it is going to make a move on Franco on the inside, telling directly on real Franco do something good and defend. And to be honest, that really doesn't start looking really good. That is definitely impressive to see. But Bortonactor is now behind Carlos, so trying to chase him down and got the replay of which I believe is Franco Torapito or either the Tom which William driver doing that had overtaken Carlos side, and that is Hadjar. Okay, either Hadjar had overtaken Carlos side in lap early on the main straight, and now Dr. Russell still chasing up for Charles Leclerc. Albon started Podium by, but it doesn't seem like it'll be an easy job. It's a Charles Leclerc taught in a mistake, and he is the quickest driver at some point in all the time. We had always been the quickest driver, but just not has been like that for the past season and so far this season. And we've got Torapito, who has thought of Gatlin to get himself in P10. We've got Bortonactor, who's now finding Carlos Sire, and it's gone to nice work from Bortonactor. That soft tyre has come to life, which is weird because it should be dying, not coming to life, but either had jar and the hard tyre doesn't seem that bad, which is now make me think about strategy. What can I do with a hard tyre? But in lap 7, we chased him down. Charles Leclerc on the inside with a try, a bar our way to get up into P5, which we have done. A very smooth sailing overtake. I'm very happy about that. And we got that. We just overtaken Torapito and Shire. It tried to chase after Bortonactor, but Bortonactor is quick. He is quick, and we got them fighting going on in the back. Down in where Tim Tadney got Jack doing P18, Maloney in P16, now fighting with Alton for P16, and Alton needs to be where Bearman is, though they can have some support for each other and get themselves into the point, which seems like it might not be easy to do so. John Lawson, who's of course third time in a while, 25 Tuesday, is now fallen out of point with P10 in play, but that seems to be out of play for him, and Russell has saved the head of Charles Leclerc when Charles Leclerc tried to get the move done, but it didn't work out. So Russell took job for the defender, but Albon has started Podium by because Charles has been fighting so much, and now we started to get a little struggle on trying to get ahead sometimes, and now Dr. Lando Norris just pitted by the way, and here is the replay of beginning of lap 8, with Charles Leclerc overtaking Russell, so now going to lap 9, it's that same lap of Lando pitting to put a new tyre on, and we can see the live timing on both sides. We've got some fighting going on, we've got Ferrari having a battle, we now have Sean Russell is trying to take after Charles Leclerc on the outside, trying to get the move done to allow them, and which seems like it worked out, that's good. And we got another live timing again from Ferrari at the swap position to Daphne in the head of Carlos Sire. But straight away, going to lap 10, just a lap after we decided to call in Russell about 3 laps early because we started to change our strategy. We're going to go on hard at the second stop. We're doing stop and then we're going hard later, and we've got Carlos Side, who is ahead of Torapito. We've got Lando Norris, who has pitted to start chasing after his best friend Carlos Side, and Torapito and the Piat, although they came out of the pit, it seems like it might get close, and George Russell on the Sparty new soft tyre to start chasing down Jack Torford, and I do not want whole team bar been taught in Tottenham, particularly London, we stay behind them. It makes it harder for us to remain ahead of the where we want to be. Mr. Charles Leclerc has in theory we can finish top 5 as long as we stay ahead of Charles Leclerc. I'm just having this feeling that Charles Leclerc can find a way to beat up. They might be doing one shot, I don't know what's the plan, but I know we are doing 2 soft tyre in the hard tyre. That is the plan. We've got Tim Trautman in P16, G1 15, Lawson 14, Ultron 13 at the LA P12, Albon, P11 and Behrman in P10 and Russell into the 70th row on Jack Torford himself up into P17. We've got to make the quick work. We have to get through as fast as we can. And Alex Albon is now leading the Grand Prix for the second time this season. Obviously the third time we've done it when he hadn't won in Australia, but now he is leading. But he might be losing that anyway, and we do have Lando Norris just overtaken Carlos Sainz with Piastri down P6, and now the fight is starting closer together between both McLaren, but Carlos Sainz is just slow and he held up Piastri for a long time, as you can see that to help Lando big time. It's Carlos Sainz playing the best fun game. It is perfectly holding back up the Piastri to help Lando Norris. Hell no, I'm not going to say much about that. You guys can say something about that. And we've got Yuki Tsunoda in P11 who already have pitted. So we've got some cars that have pitted, like of Albon, Hazard, Gatlin, Sawyer, Behrman, Atiele, Aaron, Alton hasn't pitted, but Yuki Tsunoda have, and G1 and Trautman haven't yet. Sean Russell needs to get low down quickly and start. Well, in theory, chase down using Tsunoda, but the gap is almost like about 2 seconds. It's not going to be easy, and using Tsunoda actually got himself into the fight with Alton and Ada. Oh, bit of a snap. Oh no, he's actually slowing down. Using Tsunoda slowing down. I thought he had to snap, made a mistake, but he didn't. He slowed down, and that's a bunch of everyone, and a little contact with George Russell and Tim Trautman. It's Russell to have to give a position back. City overtook on the yellow flag, but in theory that was a yellow flag, but it seems like Russell might have got away with it. Seems like it, yeah. And Yuki Tsunoda is out of the Bahrain Grand Prix. His solitary was poor as always struggle at Bahrain. They just have mechanical failure pretty much every single time. But now we've got Jack Doohan is the head of Russell, so we need to get through on Doohan and Albon. He came out in P7. Charles Leclerc is now out in P10. We brought him out though in P11. So we at least we are far away from Charles Leclerc, and Russell is not slowing down anytime soon as they send it though on Jack Doohan. Nice work, George Russell and now Albon in P7, and we are chasing after and Albon. We want to try and remain in the fight for the title contender with this rather championship and the construction. It seems to be impossible considering the fact that McLaren are super quick, and that is now getting very annoying to deal with. We've got that late in P2 and Hazard is now leading the Bahrain, but of course the top 2 we have to stop at some point anyway. They're on a different tyre strategy, on a hard tyre, which is explains why they'll be able to go long, and I'm now wondering, are they doing 2 stop or 1 stop? What is the plan? They should do 1 stop. It will work for them, but I don't know what the plan are, and we're not Lando Norris is now back in the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix with Otto Piastri now taking the second place, and Alex Albon is going to take the Alex Albon has managed to get himself on the podium. I just using Tsunoda did enough help out though quite a bit there for Alex Albon to take the podium, and Russell is now in P4, is now 3 and 4, but in order to sport with our rival McLaren, we 1, 2, and that seems to be a very good plan. What we have done to the tour. The thinking I've got, we pick early for stop tyre, then we come in and roughly around lap 16-ish to put hard tyre on and get it to the end and let like, no safety car that'll be good enough. So we find out how that's gonna go for us. It might not work out, you don't know. That's the whole point of Formula 1, you just don't know. And we've got Charles Leclerc, unfortunately, had caught up to George Russell to the start, making a move on the inside, but can Russell do that yet he does. Charles Leclerc stays behind George Russell, and we've now got that with Toyota involved, and potentially we might get Hadjar and Bortonacto getting involved as long as we don't fight too much, and that is what we need to think about, trying to prevent any possibility of finding too much cars at once, you know what I mean? And now we're talking Russell defending again against Charles Leclerc, and it's getting very annoying. As you can see, Russell decided to come in early, lap 16, which is exactly what I've done anyway, but normally we should be coming in lap 90, but we came in 3 laps early for a reason, which is a hard tire, and Jacqueline Charles Leclerc is now having an own battle to deal with right now, and Jacqueline have moved up into P4, and we've got that Hadjar, who now P6, Bortonacto, P7, Quali P12, P8, Shire, who is far back from Jacqueline. Before they both stopped, Shire and Jacqueline were close with each other, but now they're far back, and Russell is now back on track. For P15 behind Liam Lawson, the man who managed to beat Russell in the quarterfinal. He wasn't the one to take that down with Albon, but still knowing that Lawson ahead of us so much, so we have to try and teach him like today, not to be ahead of us for that long, so get out of the way quickly. That is exactly what Russell wanted to send the match. I think with an ego talking going on right now, but we have to do extra, and we got the slipstream try to catch Lawson, but unfortunately we got Tradmere on the inside, and I'm wondering what is going on, and that pretty much the hard part is very cold. That's all it is. And we got Carlos side off the track. Yes, we do. Carlos side is off the track. It's back on. But if that brought our safety car, looks like he did bring our safety car, and everyone behind Russell has pitted, and everybody ahead are gonna be in a very unlucky position, and Shire, after his mistake, because he was the one to cause the safety car. He had popped in to put a new tyre on, which I'm assuming the hard tyre, yes, it's in. And we're going to check out the replay of what happened to Carlos Shire, of how he caught the safety car. So let's see, out the final corner, maybe got on the throttle too quickly and spammed the car around. So that is bad play from Carlos side, and we know that it's not realistic. Of course, they will keep on going, but it doesn't matter anyway. Safety car is out, and in my opinion, no, I'm saying that we only be on the new tyre from 1 lap. It doesn't matter. We stay on it, and in lap 17, unfortunately, Charles Leclerc had ended up DNF. As you can see, the engine has just went bang, and it's now out of the border run for that means Newton Canona and Charles Leclerc is out of the border, and we've got McLaren are doing double stack. Yes, they are. They're doing double stack. That is going to affect of the Piastri, but it doesn't matter. Tip 1, McLaren are dominating. They are far away from everyone behind. And 2, Russell is not to be able to head of McLaren to the gap. It's too far, and of course, safety car pit time lot reduced it anyway, so therefore they were still the mate in the lead, and Albon will be staying on the P8, which has been used to force the C. So a podium is still on the table for Alex Albon, and we now got more cars coming in, and Russell, let's see where it's gonna come out, it's gonna go back into P4 or not, but safety car now coming in, and we only managed to move up into P6. So now we've got a bit of work to do, try and get ahead of Gasly and Doohan, but the beauty about the Gasly and Doohan hasn't pitted, therefore their stock tyre is a lot older, which means we can make a quick work get through. but the issue with our tyre is colder and their soft tyre will get warm very quickly, so that's a bit annoying. But safety car is in and on late is now on way with Lando Norris leading the Bahrain Grand Prix and up the Piat, the second place, Albon in third, Ocon in fourth, and Gasly in fifth. Who we can see Russell during the outside of Pierre Gasly to get the YT dot. Russell is making a quick rush already despite having a colder, harder tyre, but we can still beat Gasly on his soft tyre. And now we're chasing after Ocon, and we didn't have the exit we needed. We can see Gasly on the inside, and Russell does not back out. He stayed ahead, and Gasly had backed out. So that's good. And we now got Bortonetto, who's in P7, and pretty much everyone behind Bortonetto has pitted for a new tyre. Only Gasly and Ocon hadn't. I don't know why they haven't. I mean, you should be pitting under safety car. You have the advantage to do that. But they chose not to do that, and we had a bit of a snap on the exit. But it also, now we're heading into lap 21. We now got Gasly alongside Russell, and they overtake it, and Russell swishes it inside, trying to get back through on Pierre Gasly. Looks like he does. Russell stayed ahead of Gasly, and we got D1, who didn't fight with either hat jar. D1 short and points this weekend, and Gasly still not giving up. But Russell is not giving up the fight, and it's a 3-1 with Attiele, Hazard, and D1. Attiele made a double par, moved up into P8, and Hazard P9, D1 in P10. That was a beautiful work from Kimi Attiele, and now Attiele to be chosen off for Bortonetto and potentially joy in the fight against Russell, and it's very much likely they can, but Gasly will be causing problem to what, and we can't even catch Esteban Ocon, which kind of stopped, but thankfully Ocon has put it, and we move back into P5, and Gasly unfortunately has been ahead of us now into P4, Bortonetto in P6 at the yellow, P7 Hazard, P8, Quali, P12, P9, and Paul Albon in P10. So that is what it is right now, and Gasly will be starting pulling away from Sean Russell. The pace between Gasly and our car is just really bad, and I'm confused why we slotted in our car, and we got Bortonetto. It's now taken off for Sean Russell, joining inside 10 Russell. Defense or not, seems like he will, so that's just fantastic exit right there. But we will get the DR or not. And it seems like we might do have a DR, and it's going to become a clean one, but it's going to be a double overtake on Bortonetto. It's at the end, now take the P5, and Russell is going to try to get back through on Timmy at the end. It's going to go side by side, but Russell stays ahead of Timmy at the end. That overtake was nice and watch, but as he's not giving up, he's going to try to get back, he doesn't, and Bortonetto is going to try to get ahead of Attiele. He's going to go very tight, he's going to back out, and Gabby Bortonetto not giving up, it's side by side still, but Attiele prevailed. Attiele stayed ahead of Bortonetto. I thought for a moment they're going to touch and take each other out, but damn God, that was not the case. But going to lap 23 at the yellow, it's now overtaken Sean Russell. But here's the gameplay I'm doing. We purposely let them know to get the DR and we overtake them for the next part of the DR zone, which is pretty much pulling away very easy anyway. But Russell now in P4 and at the yellow just bought. I didn't notice that Timmy at the yellow just bought it, and Bortonetto is still putting the fight against Sean Russell, and he doesn't do anything. And why did Attiele pit? Was it on soft tyre or hard tyre? I have no idea what tyre they were on. I was not aware of what tyre they were on, but we still fighting with Bortonetto, and that is all it matters. We are battling for P4, and we can see the teammate of Russell, Albon, 13 seconds ahead. Do you want to why? Of this fight we're having from Bortonetto, it's causing us the problem, and now at this point I was like, you know what, I'm going to defend that's all I'm gonna do. That's what Russell had said. So let's see what Russell can do. And now to the P6, Behrman P7, Side P8, Lawton P9, Lawton destroy some points this weekend. And George Russell defended again to Bortonato and got 12th in P10, who might be getting Gatlin the fight against Jack Torford. We can see Gatlin in P11, and I'm very surprised to see Liam Lawson in P9. Can he actually score some points? He had to either score a point in like I think 2 seasons or 3 seasons, and now he got that chance. Let's do this, Lord. I mean, I'm proud to see the Tatiana finally doing something good this weekend. I mean, Audi was supposed to be that good, but Audi's been struggling for too long. Tatiana already making real progress, and Lando Norris is now leading the final lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix. We've got the last time it's just gone now of Gatlin overtaking Jack Torford and Alex Albon P3 and going to final tour now. Bortonato is still right close up to the gearbox of George Russell. This is now the final lap showdown between Bortonato and George Russell. Are they going to be arty-barty, or will they keep him respected? George Russell on the inside, still fan of Bortonato. I can admit, Bortonato is a lot quicker car than we are, and we've got Behrman and Carlos Sainz having a fight, and we've got Gatlin who's just overtaken Liam Lawson, and now Lawson dropped down to P10, but that P10 is still on the table unless Esteban Ocon has tapped Liam Lawson, completed a fantastic comeback. Don't forget where Ocon was P21, and he could have a chance to get into P10. Big help for the construction of the tour, and we've got Bortonato still takes it down, sure, Russell, and it's got the Diana. It might be able to make a move, but this is the only chance of making a run. But Lando Norris out the final tour onto the main straight. He can see to check his flag, and he takes the win of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Piat, the second player, and Alex Albon for the second time this season takes third place, a podium. He had a win, and now a third place. Brilliant work from Alex Albon, and Russell is still holding back Bortonato, and we are going to take P4, going from P11 up to P4. Fantastic job from George Russell, very proud, but we need to figure out why are we struggling at the top. We should be quick, but at least we still take lead and ball, and that's something I will take all day long anyway.
Here's the checkered flag. The fans rise to their feet. It's Lando Norris for victory.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
It's time to bring out the bubbly and spray it around. It's our podium celebrations. He raises the trophy over his head. Lando Norris, head and shoulders above the rest today.
Well done to Lando Norris, a fantastic win. McLaren sure do show their pure dominance over us, and that's so much. But Liam Lawson sure the point, and now you or the New Zealand are going to be very happy with Liam Lawson, and now Lando's leading away the Driver Championship, and McLaren is now 58 points ahead of Britain Motorsport. But just we said this season it'll be our chance for the championship, and now that seems like it's not gonna happen. We wait to see. The season is nothing close to being over. There's still some time to go, but to end it now. And I've seen you in Saudi Arabia, so thanks for watching. Please like and dislike my video. Do what I appreciate it, and peace out.